Good morning, my Real News Media TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. Please leave a comment, like, and share. And in the news this morning for October 27, 2023, alleged gangster and a common law wife shot dead in St. James. An alleged gangster and a woman, believed to be his common law wife, were fatally shot in Salt Springs, St. James on Thursday. The news source identified the two as a 22-year-old Imani Jarrett of Refuge Lane, Flower Hill, St. James, and Odin Smith, 30, with addresses in Flower Hill and Logwood, Withorn, Westmoreland. According to the sources, the two were passengers in a gray 2010 Toyota Wish motorcar in the vicinity of Salt Spring Primary and Infant School. As they approached a speed bump near the school, the vehicle was accosted by 5 men armed with rifles and handguns. In a bid to escape, Jarrett and Smith attempted to flee from the vehicle, but were chased and gunned down. The driver of the vehicle escaped unharmed. On their arrival on the scene, the police found Jarrett's body lying face down in the middle of Salt Spring Road, while Smith's body was found on the side of Hall Road. Both were pronounced dead at the scene. The sources said Smith was on a murder charge in relation to an incident that took place in 2020 in Westmoreland. He was scheduled to appear in court on November 9 to answer to that charge. He was also a suspect in relation to a murder that took place in September this year. Sexual assault probe at BB Coke High. 1 month after a schoolboy was allegedly beaten by an older boy, causing widespread debate, an investigation has been launched into an alleged case of sexual assault of a 14-year-old schoolgirl by an older student at BB Coke High School on Tuesday. A senior school official confirmed that the police have been called in to probe the matter. I am aware, however, the matter is being investigated, so I can't comment on it, but I was made aware of the alleged incident. The matter is being investigated. I cannot comment on it at the moment, the source said. The news was told by a reliable source that a grade 9 schoolgirl was reportedly sexually assaulted in a bathroom on the school compound sometime on Tuesday, allegedly by a grade 11 boy. There were reportedly concerns as to how the matter is being treated by the police and health officials. Head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Superintendent Coleridge Minto, confirmed that the police are investigating the incident. I am aware the matter is still under investigation. I did not have all the facts to comment at this time, he said on Thursday. The incident follows last month's brutal beating of a 14-year-old boy at the school, allegedly by a 15-year-old boy. The September 28 incident resulted in the younger student being hospitalized for a week after he was beaten unconscious, allegedly by a grade 11 student for stepping on a shoe. A group of boys had to lift the then injured child and walked 530 meters from the school through the busy town of Junction to a doctor's office. Son charged with the murder of his mother in St. Andrew. The 35-year-old man who was taken into custody following the stabbing death of his mother on Monday has been charged with murder. Charged is Damian Bailey, a mason of Red Hills Road in St. Andrew. His deceased mother was 54-year-old Marvel Johnson, a United States resident from Northwest 30th Street in Lauder Lake, Florida. Reports from the Hunts Bay Police are that about 7:20 a.m., Johnson was visiting the island to attend to her son, who was reportedly behaving boisterously. While sitting in one of the bedrooms, Bailey, armed with a knife, allegedly attacked her and inflicted wounds all over her body. She was assisted to the hospital, where she was pronounced dead. Investigation continues. Second accused in murder of Polwell's daughter and her mom to accept plea deal today. A second man of 3 charged with the murder of Philip Polwell's 10-month-old daughter and her 27-year-old mother, Tashana Patterson, is expected to plead guilty to murder and kidnapping today in the Supreme Court. His plea will follow that of another man who, on Thursday, accepted a deal and pleaded guilty to murder and kidnapping in the double murder that shocked the country and triggered a parallel investigation by the United States Naval Criminal Investigative Service due to the fact that U.S. Navy culinary specialist seaman Leoda Bradshaw has been charged in the matter. Bradshaw, who lives in the United States and shares a child with Paulwell, the Member of Parliament for Kingston East and Port Royal, was charged on October 13 with 2 counts of conspiracy to kidnap, 2 counts of conspiracy to murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 2 counts of capital murder. Her co-accused, the 30-year-old graphic designer, Roland Balfour, was charged with a conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to kidnapping, and a misprision of felon, while Rasheen Miller, a 29-year-old air conditioning technician, was slapped with the charges of conspiracy to murder, kidnapping, murder, and a misprision of felon, and Richard Brown, otherwise called Richie, was charged with a conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to kidnapping, and kidnapping. Due to security concerns, the man who took advantage of a plea deal on Thursday was not named. He was represented by attorneys Valerie Nita Robertson, King's Counsel, and Rita Allen Brown. On October 14, the news reported that Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime Fitz Bailey had disclosed at a news conference the previous day that a mother and a baby girl were brutally murdered and their bodies disposed of. He described the case as one of the most painful investigations for the team in recent times. The news report said that when Bradshaw appeared in court at a mention hearing on October 13, prosecutors said the fact that 27-year-old Patterson had blocked Bradshaw from her social media account did not stop her from traveling here and conspiring with her cousin and co-accused Roland Balfour to contract men to kidnap and murder the mother and the daughter. She learned of the existence of young Paulwell on Wednesday, the 5th of September, 2023. Having learned of the existence of this child, she contacted Patterson on Facebook and informed her that she was the wife of Mr. Paulwell, and further that she learned of the existence of the young offspring of Mr. Paulwell. Miss Bradshaw advised Miss Patterson that a DNA test should be done to determine the paternity of the child. After this brief exchange, the now deceased blocked the accuser from her account that very day, a senior prosecutor told the court. The accused, who is domiciled overseas, traveled to Jamaica the very next day, September 6, 2023. The allegations are that she traveled to Jamaica for the sole purpose of killing Tashana Patterson and the young child she shared with her spouse. The Crown's allegations are that the accused, through her cousin and the co-accused Roland Balfour, contracted men to kidnap and murder Patterson and Soroya, the prosecutor said further. According to prosecutors, Bradshaw met with the men to arrange for the kidnappings and murders. The original plan was to kidnap Patterson and the baby from their home. Bradshaw paid the men the equivalent of 100,000 Jamaican dollars in United States currency as a down payment for the execution of the crime. The remainder of the funds, $400,000, was to be paid after the completion of the deal, the prosecutors said. In preparation to execute their contract, the men, the court was told, went to the Gilmore Drive address in St. Andrew, where Patterson lived, during the night of Wednesday, September 6, 2023, to scope out the area. They also went to the home where Bradshaw was staying in Stony Hill, St. Andrew. A further meeting was held on Thursday, September 7, 2023, to discuss the execution of the plan, the court heard. Prosecutors said that on Saturday, September 9, Bradshaw placed several calls and conversed with Patterson with a view to lure her away from her premises. She afterwards arrived at Patterson's home at approximately 7 a.m. on that fateful day. Evidentiary material shows Patterson exiting her premises and entering an SUV parked at her gate along with her baby. Evidentiary material shows that she remained in this vehicle for over 15 minutes. The vehicle then drove off and left the area approximately 7:22 a.m. Patterson and Soroya never exited the vehicle prior to its leaving, the prosecutor told the presiding Supreme Court judge, Justice Simone Wolfe-Rees. The Crown's case is that Bradshaw took Patterson to Stony Hill in the vicinity of the home where she, Bradshaw, was staying. At this location, the accused handed over Patterson and her young child to Richard Brown and other persons who are yet to be apprehended. After this, Patterson and her young child were taken to Waurika Hills, where they were shot and killed, and their bodies burned, the court was told. Bradshaw has been remanded until a further hearing scheduled for December 1. She is represented by attorneys Deborah Martin and Kelly Hamilton. No Thursday sitting for Beachy Stoughton trial due to juror absence. The trial of Portland businessman Everton Beachstone McDonald and his co-accused Oscar Barnes in the Home Circuit Court experienced a delay on Thursday as one of the 7 jurors was absent. The matter was scheduled to continue about 2 p.m. on Thursday, but failed to get underway as the juror was said to be unavoidably absent. The trial is expected to resume on Friday. McDonald and Barnes are on trial for the July 2020 murder of the businessman's second wife, Tonya McDonald. Beachstone is accused of hiring Devlin Minot to kill Tonya. The alleged price tag for the murder was $3 million. Minot, who is serving a 19-year prison sentence for being the contractor in the murder, agreed to turn Crown witness in the matter and has maintained during his testimony in the court that he subcontracted the hit to co-accused Oscar Barnes, who he claimed killed the businessman's wife. The trial hit a hurdle on Tuesday when defense attorney Christopher Townsend discovered an issue with the disclosure of statements and evidence. Townsend came across statements which were allegedly given by Devlin Minot, the convict-turned witness who is currently on the stand, which the attorney took issue with. We have observed a serious disclosure issue. There are 2 written statements concerning this witness that were never served. The first is 5 pages, and the second one is 16 pages handwritten. They related to this case significantly, Townsend told the trial judge Justice Chester Stamp. Prosecutor Sohia Rowe responded, saying that the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has been serving certain documents ongoing. I am just as surprised as my friend to know that they were not served. We have served everything we had on file about 2 weeks ago, she said. Townsend said that, as a matter of fact, these are statements we weren't even aware of. For Justice Stamp, the issue was an extraordinarily shocking development. According to the judge, it is the kind of disclosure that should result in sanction, but I can't see any course of action that would be in the interest of justice, he said. The judge then stood down the matter to allow all parties involved to go through the documents and to allow attorneys to take instructions from their clients. The attorneys representing Beachstone McDonald are Earl Hamilton, Courtney Rowe, Christopher Townsend, and John Jacobs. Oscar Barnes is being represented by Ernest Davis and Vincent Wellesley.